Hi, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper, and I have another one of these amazing paper doll junk journals. I am really loving these so much. So this is a very large one. I've been trying to find antique books that are tall enough for these 9-inch paper dolls. So this one is. Actually, this one is 10-inch paper doll, and she is so cute. Again, I have got my technique that I've invented, I'm going to say, with the magnets on the back, and then there's a metal plate under here, which I camouflaged, I think, very well. And this is a 1950s magazine page on purse fashions, and I chose it because it's just exquisitely perfect, and it's fashion, which the paper dolls are all about. So I've got two of her outfits here, and the rest of the outfits she owns are inside here. And again, everything in here is authentic antique and vintage ephemera. I don't use any commercial products or digitals. And I was able to keep the book intact. The book is actually an early 1900s complete book of garden magic with a very completely plain cover. So I didn't feel too bad about taking it off theme, but I did leave that intact because I think it's beautiful. So I've added ribbons here that match the cover, and I'll just show you. This is her little bathing suit outfit in the front pocket here, and then this one is just a little casual dress. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're gonna take her off the cover so that we can show off all her outfits. And here we go. Before I put it in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. If it's not in the shop, that means it has sold. These have been super popular. So here we go. This very first page is her Western outfit. Look at this, right down to the Western boots. Oh, it's so fun. And then this is a 1959 page here. It's got a lovely poem on it about being thankful. And then over here is her evening dress. Look at this. That also looks like a prom dress. It's over the one shoulder strap. It even has her glove there. Oh, it's so pretty. There's a hat to go with that in the accessory bag. That's a 1920s pocket there. And then this, oh, I pressed a flower here to match that dress there, which I think is lovely. And then this is an antique book page here from a history book. And then over here, I've got a 1930s Paris, France almanac, and I just really love it. Les Mysteries de Chiffre, and then a advertisement on the back. And then this is an antique postcard, a double waterfall, and this was from pre-1910. I just think it's beautiful. 1930s children's book page, 1970s or 60s vintage art watercolor page. And then we have, this is really neato Pepito from the 50s. Pattern by Laura, oh, actually it's from the 40s. Laura Wheeler was 40s. And then she's just got some instructions here that came with a needlepoint piece, cross stitch piece. And then this is a vintage dairy tag, and then a flinch card, vintage. And then this is a 1930s Beatrix Potter plate. And you can journal on the back of that. And all of that is mounted on top of another antique page there. And this is just, oops, what do we have here? Sorry, that's stuck. I have a little pocket here that I will put something in that makes it more personal for the person who buys the journal. You just have to give me ideas at checkout on what things you're interested in, and I'll go through my stash and find you something special. This is a really cool plate from the early 1900s on how they did typesetting for books and publications, which is right up my alley, and I hope somebody else finds it as interesting. Here's another fun little, almost looks like a school dress maybe. Look at that, how sweet is that? I love the plaid pattern there. And then that is a 1937 5-year diary page. You can journal on in there. More of that history page. And this is from the 50s. Oh, 63, sorry, I'm a big fat liar. January 1963, highlights for children's. That was sent by my friend Paige. And then here I have, look at this beautiful, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And I think that's a house coat. Isn't that lovely? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And this is really special. It looks like a brand new postcard, but it is actually from 1945. You can see the postage mark there. July 2nd, 1945, which was the war was ending at about this time. And somebody was brave enough to travel to Paris and send a postcard back. Isn't that neat? I just think that's really, really special. And then up here I have a little women's pocket because of this little woman. And then I have 2 vintage cards, a game card and a plain card. And then up here is another highlights for children. This came out of that wonderful page that we just, this one actually, to get a subscription. It's a really fun little piece. Vintage gardening book page. And then this is her skating outfit. Look at that, her figure skating outfit. And in this accessory bag, you see the little skates there and hats that go with the outfits and a little purse. Oh, it's just so wonderful. So I just have them tucked in there because I was terrified of them flying out. And there is a 1920s snap card, which I'm a big fan of. And then a journaling tag using antique paper from the 1800s. And yeah, so we'll just put her little figure skating outfit back there. It is so fun. And this is an 1800s page from the school architecture book. Look at that. Wow. And then this here is from the early 1900s, this lovely little page here with the girl and her mom. An auctioneer. I've been to many of those looking for my books. And then this is from the 1880s here. Just a gorgeous, look at this woman by the fireplace contemplating life with her plate there. And then this here is another beautiful semi-formal dress. Look at that one. And, oh, it's just wonderful. I love it so much. Okay, I think that is so pretty. And then this here is, I think this is another, let's see here. This might be another highlights, but it is about Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. That's pretty cool from the 50s, right? And this is another 1950s page down here. And this paper doll is from the 1950s, if you were wondering, also from the 1950s. And this is another one of her outfits, almost like a semi-formal. Isn't that, I love the rose at the hip there. It's sweet. And that's from 1956, My Book House. And then here's another one. This is her winter coat outfit. And there's a hat that goes with this, that goes around her whole head, under her chin. So beautiful bright red, and whoever cut this out back in the 50s did a really good job. I received them all cut out, so I was lucky. This is early 1900s here, floral page. And then in here I've got a 1950s old bingo card, a 1950s Pearl Shop receipt, and here is a hat to that formal yellow dress at the beginning. Not pretty, it's even got the little slice there that you put the hat on. Oh, it's just so fun. And this is also a page from the 1940s from a girl's book. And it's just got these 2 girls on their way to school. Vintage map here, also from the 50s. This here is from the early 1900s. And then I've just got a souvenir postcard back here, which is vintage as well. And then oh, that's so cute, 1940s. This is the 1920s needlework page, and this is from the 1930s, both sides, animals, and I've added antique paper to both sides, so you can do more journaling on there as well. And this is just a really pretty page from the 40s. And then this here is a vintage Mammals of America book. We've got the coyote and the fox, and this is gonna sound really cheesy, but I picked the fox because she's a foxy lady. I know it's a stretch. And this is an early 1900s plate that was colored in a really interesting way. Is that beautiful? You can do some fun collaging with that. And this is a 1902 Currier and Ives page. It's from 1902, and it's a double-sided plate. So this plate here is one of my favorites, plate 197. Look at that. This Victorian family out in the forest feeding the ducks. This is from the 1930s, a really cool Art Deco piece. And this is from that beautiful photography book I've been showing you all week, Coronet. And it's got these people here in the surf. The lighting is fabulous, really, really fabulous. Another 1940s page here. And I added a garden page here with a fun advertisement on the back because this was originally a garden book. And there's a botanical page here from the 50s as well. And this is a 1950s recipe book page with really fun cookies on it. How are we doing? We're doing great. She is wondering if there's any more outfits. I don't think there are, so I'm just going to put her here. And then this is another great 1950s magazine page that you'll have a lot of fun looking at. And another one here, this one might even be from the 40s, Learn to Knit. And it was great. Look at the teeny tiny, I was gonna say nobody has a teeny tiny waist like that, but that could be her, right? Tea time knits. So true to the fashions in that one. And then another wonderful vintage children's book page and another fantastic, oh, look at that beautiful photography. It almost looks like an x-ray, but that is just a beautiful piece of photography. So I hope you love it as much as I absolutely loved making it. They're so fun. Subscribe, come back soon. And if you want to see these first, hit your notifications button. And that way you can get to my Etsy shop ahead of the crowd. Come back soon and bye for now.